pretty difficult for Dark to overcome that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at as well. Like the idea of like you can copy what you just saw and be like, okay, well he did this, but then what does Dark have to do? To do the next stage with? Like you can only copy up until what you've seen, right? And unfortunately, he's only seen 3 or 4 minutes into the game, so there's a point at which that is going to be a little bit of a problem. As Elazer says, hey, let's go get this speed camp set up to be taken immediately.
And Dark's gonna go for, I mean, I guess a bit of a rush of his own, but obviously not proxied. So, okay, decent amount of units, and then, I mean, if it isn't even his rush, actually, I shouldn't have said that so quickly. Like, I am expecting now for the Infernal versus Infernal to be really fast, and
Aggressive.
maybe that won't be the case here.
Yeah, I know. We've seen like one series here we've cast and we're like, right, here we go, 3-minute game, version 2.
Yeah.
Even if it's not as one-sided, it can still be kind of back and forth and deadly within 4 minutes as well, right? So, I'm kind of with you, right? It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I can kind of see maybe it being fast and aggressive and that kind of nature kind of comes in. I mean, there's certain matchups in SC2 as well when we cast and we just kind of think, hey, this is likely going to be faster. And it's not always the case, but you can, fairly comfortably, like 8 times out of 10, say, actually, this one's probably going to be a quicker matchup. It's going to be pretty aggressive.
Well, one thing's for sure, Lazer's got the map plan situated. Dark, he clearly is trying to go for a build order. He's maybe felt like this is a matchup that is going to start quickly and potentially end quickly. So getting more units equals more gooder, right? But then you account for the way the map plays out in Stormgate, which is that it's not just map control for vision or trying to get the better engagement. It's literally for these camps that are very, very helpful. And once again, very similar to what Elazer did, if not the exact same thing. Dark is just unprepared, already losing a Gaunt there as his units, his brutes went out to try and take a resource. Nope, that's not where it needs to be.
That is not what you're looking for at all, as you are going to be seeing this is already looking pretty darn good for Elazer. The micro coming in, the speed to help him get the surrounds initially as well, and he is just going to start fighting. And it's already time for Dog to kind of find an answer, but as he tries to fight through here, you're going to be caught up in this little choke point. These are the little piggies who don't really help you too much either, and they're going to actually end up helping the other side because they're going to infest them, and then they become fiends, and then there's even more units here for Elazer. And this problem just seems to collapse more and more as time passes by, and Dark seems to be in a world of trouble. And are we going to see it sub 3 minutes? Yes, we are. 2-4.
Elazer did it, man. Sub 3 minutes.
He beat the record.
Oh, gosh. Not used to having Dark in this position. How quickly does he die? But that's just the way it goes when someone was... I think Elazer was top 4 on ladder, I want to say. And then Dark might not have had much time to ladder at all. And then the chances of you laddering against someone who actually also knows what they're doing is kind of low. You're going to be up against people who are also relying on RTS mechanics or literally have just opened the game. So, yeah. Not much else to evaluate here.
We casted the finals together one time, ZG. It was like 17 minutes of in-game time, full best of 7, 5 games of CVC.
Yeah, this is actually very similar to Cyril getting bopped by Rogue. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah. And Cyril even won a map along the way. That was also a 2-minute game.
Yeah. Anyone can have it happen to them, but Elazer is once again going to start off with the speed camp taken. We didn't go on to Jagged Monolith for the second map, so we're not going to see that siege strategy, but then we're just going to see the identical strategy that the first game, which I'm actually not sure how many build order name we have. I should try and also think up good names for build orders.
Yeah. I'm not creative, so I'll just leave that one to you. I feel like the one on Jagged War should be like the cluckening, though. You kill the chickens, you get a catapult.
The cluckening?
Or the cluckapult. Push.
The cluckapult? That one for sure. That's the new name for the...
I actually think in the future we should, when the catapult gets a new model, it should actually launch chicken. With Viking hats.
Isn't there... No, there's like an actual historical battle where they just started throwing goats, isn't there?
Probably. You can find.
Yeah, some historian in chat's gonna be right on that, but like it actually had to happen. They'd run out of actual ammo, whatever. Rocks. They ran out of rocks.
Yeah, I ran out of rocks. Just like, well, we just take whatever we can get. Anything that weighs a little bit of something is. Elazer takes the speed camp. The speed camp allows you to kind of run in with those fiends and kind of catch some initial surrounds and stuff, right? So that gives you that kind of big advantage right away. And that's what allows him to kind of get the snowball started in these previous games.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, speed is such a huge factor in RTS. In this case, it makes it look like it's just a... Well, and it does help it just be a quantity issue, but it also helps with those surrounds and catching, for instance, in the last game, that one reinforcing unit before we get any chance to try and micro. It's not going to be directly to Dark side of the base. Dark actually getting a few more moments to live, and even sending his own units across the map. Not going to be looking for any of the camps himself. Funnily enough, might surprise Elazer. Now, Elazer has the vision camp, but Dark could see that and actually avoid it. Yes, but will this be enough of a hit squad to actually give us some hope here for Dark taking him out?
Yeah, I mean, you can see Elazer trying to jump there. Even if it... I mean, I'm just going to say no, because Elazer going to run across. He's got the speed advantage, so these units can never get away. So I just immediately think the Dark's in trouble. Here come the Fiends. They have that speed advantage. They're going to jump onto the Gaunts, full surround. We wrap around, and we try and escape into the trees. That doesn't work too well, and this is just full cleanups. This hit squad is no longer. And yeah, that was a very short experience. And now Elazer goes across the map with that advantage.
Yeah, and one thing just to highlight here for people who maybe don't play Stormgate as much, the camps not only give you like the vision, the speed, the health, the resources, those are all, and Siege on a different map as well, but because of the Gaunt infestability, it also gives you Fiends. So there is literally a quantity issue coming into this as well. And the Fiends, well, maybe they tickle, maybe they're not the most important unit. They help on the surrounds. They help on the inability to stutter step of your opponent and all that good stuff. So that was actually a change to the balance patch they made, was to reduce the number of animals that died in the camp to stop the Fiends from being massively overpowered. But it is still an important dynamic to the matchup that I'm not sure that Dark is like quite picked up on, but might be picking up more so now that he's played a few more Infernal versus Infernal.
Well, here we go. We're going to try and take a speed camp of our own. So Dark is going to go grab something a little bit himself. And he's just going to be able to grab that speed, which may help him out. Elazer has got more. As he comes over here, he's going to see those speedy Fiends. He's going to realize what he's up against. But again, numbers may not lie. And Elazer might just be able to take a fight here anyways. He's going to get in position to stop the retreat a little bit. His Gaunts starting to get in range. And of course, once those Gaunts start firing, once you start getting kills, that snowball effect of spawning more Fiends begins. And this expansion of Dark already in trouble. So Dark kind of has to push through just to expand, or to keep his expansion alive. So that's already becoming a problem. As, yeah, you can kind of see where this issue kind of arises, as this does not look pretty for Dark. Surrounded in the front, the Brutes are going down. We got another Brute showing up here from Elazer, and he's just got so much Gaunt DPS in the back. It is not a fair fight. It may not have been 3 minutes, but I don't think it's going to be much more than 5.
Yeah. Base does finish, but it's not going to be able to mine anytime soon. Elazer knows that he has the units and the Fiend spawning as well. It should snowball. Bad Dark trying to use a top bar ability to help out, but it is something that Elazer immediately focus fired that made that Shroud temporarily. So not able to help very much. And that is going to be an 8-minute series there for Dark. Infernal versus Infernal. Definitely not better than his versus Vanguard. Versus Vanguard, he actually was able to get to a macro stage. He could make some decisions. But when it comes down to this matchup, the build order start is just so much more important.
Yeah, no. You need to know what's going on, right? It's like you can't walk without crawling first, you know? And to crawl, you need to know kind of what order to do things in. You know, you gotta put your hands in front of your legs, drag yourself along a little bit, then you can get up on 2 feet. And Dark just... you just need a bit of experience, right? Like, if Dark has, like, a day to, like, study how you should open, I feel like he'd be immediately more competitive, right? Because then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to do this build. He learns to copy it or whatever, and then he's like, boom, there you go. This is how I'm going to do it. And then he gets to show his micro. Then he gets to show the things that Dark is naturally good at as a player from StarCraft. None of that gets to shine when you're dying to the build order, essentially.